My name is Adrienne Mackey, and I am here to talk a little bit about Walk Around Philadelphia. I am a Philly resident. I've been here pretty much my whole adult life. Moved into the city right after college. I'm an artist, and I participated in the first Walk Around Philadelphia that was part of a collaborative interdisciplinary exploration with JJ Tizu, Ann DeForest, and Sam Wend as part of my company, Swim Pony Performing Arts Interdisciplinary Research Project Cross Pollination. I also participated in smaller chunks of it when JJ continued doing it in the years followed. Um, and it's such an interesting project because though I'm not necessarily in the center of the manifestations it's had in the future, specifically continuing the perimeter walk. It's definitely been a project that's influenced kind of every facet of my creative life, and even just the way that I think about being in place more generally. Um, a lot of the work that I've been doing since that first walk is in some way birthed out of what happened in Walk Around Philadelphia and really changed my relationship to what the function I think art is and how we engage with it and the ways in which it doesn't have to happen in rarefied spaces. It's all around us at every moment. Um, One particular highlight, and it's actually a pretty boring moment in terms of like the actual walk itself, but it's one I think about a lot when I think back on that project, was walking down Cheltenham Avenue in the part of North Philadelphia where there's a huge Korean population, and just noticing what it felt like to walk through a space where almost none of the signs were in English, and sort of thinking back to when I was living in France and sort of having a similar experience of not speaking the language fluently that was all around me. And it just really got me thinking about what it means to be home and how the things that we're surrounded with teach us about the place that we're living in and who we are and how we relate to it. Um, in general, the practice of walking is something I've done a lot more since Walk Around Philadelphia. I have I grew up in the Midwest, and being in cars was sort of just like the default state. Everything was super far apart from each other. And in a weird way, you don't get a sense of the landscape, both literally and metaphorically, that you're moving through a lot of the time. And in Philly, I walk almost everywhere, I almost never drive. And I think in particular, since the Walk Around project, I've been inclined to take the time it takes to move from one space to another on foot. There's a great quote by writer Rebecca Solnit that says that thinking takes place at the speed of walking. And I really definitely subscribe wholeheartedly to that sentiment. I think I understand how big Philly is, and actually how much I didn't know the city, even though I felt like I kind of knew everything there was to know about it before the walk. I think actually traveling it on foot and then going back to the same places over and over and over again, sometimes as part of future iterations of the walk, but I visit the border a lot now, and walk it and remember the walk and see how things are different and notice new things. It just feels like it opens up the city in a really different way. And I'd love to do the entire walk in its complete form again. But even just having that touchstone of the first time going through the whole thing, I think I come back to those places in the city that are on the edge with this like really deep, profound fondness. Sometimes for really banal places, like just a road and a stop sign with a Wawa, and like knowing that that was a place that I stopped as part of this epic journey. I think it just makes me consider spaces in a different kind of light with a different kind of story. And so I'm really excited to see that JJ is putting together this project that allows other people to sort of like self-navigate it on their own. Because I think that yeah, it's just really meaningful to spend considered time considering the place you live. And I just hope you empower yourself to explore it in whatever way feels meaningful to you, and actually to like take the rules that we kind of discovered as we were walking it together and find your own, and make the walk a piece of art that's entirely new and of your own creation. Good luck.